Howdy, howdy, Frosty510 here, and welcome to Army of Ruin. Now, this is a quick review for the PlayStation 5 version of Army of Ruin, which is a vampires? Survivors-like? Is that the word we use now? Roguelike? Roguelike? It has upgrades, increased projectile numbers, rerolls, banishment, all that sort of stuff. It's got a number of characters. And I'll stay positive, and then I'll explain sort of where it's a little bit held back. And we have weapons and weapon upgrades. So weapons do evolve. They get to level 5, and then you get a chest, and then you get the evolved version of it. We have quite a number of weapons. We have trinkets. So these are each one has a particular element, and you need certain element combinations to get the evolutions to function. And there's a whole bunch of them. They all do a bunch of different stuff, and a couple more I got to unlock, but they're pretty late game. Now, the main thing of Army of Ruin has all the features. It's feature complete. So it has the banishment, it has capacity upgrades, so you get more weapons, more trinkets. It's got charms, so there are extra modifiers in-map that you can open a special chest and you get a special charm. Just working for that map. You've got elemental overload, so different combinations of your elements from your trinkets boost the damage of certain abilities. We have endless stage, so we have 30-minute stages that can keep going on forever. So you just hit that 30-minute mark, and then it just keeps going. We have epic upgrade. We've got exploration prize. We've got favorites, so you can favorite things you want because there's so many weapons. If you want to use certain ones, it does help to put them as a favorite. We've got all the different maps. I'll show you in a second. We've got ruin levels. So there's like a higher level things. They scale up. I'll show you that too. Special bosses. Supernatural upgrades, extra life rerolls. With turbo mode. Turbo mode is really important. It increases game speed, and I think the game is better on max speed turbo mode, to be honest. I think on basic speed, I actually don't think it's that great a game. But on max turbo speed, it becomes a much better game. Much more enjoyable. Slightly more challenging, but it is much more enjoyable. Unlimited enhancement, so there is infinite upgrading once you hit level cap and you've got everything up to 5 and evolved, or just 5. You can like upgrade damage by 2% or 10% or 5%, and then you got extra money you can pick up and health you can choose. So there is a constant upgrading afterwards once you hit your peak. Weapon evolution, and look at the charms there. I'm going to show those. Let's just go to a match. So we have our maps here. Each map has the different difficulties, so 1, 2, 3, and then it has modifiers, so we can just do graveyard. We can just do like the hardest one. So it is a good game. Is it as good as Vampire Survivors? It's got better art, but it doesn't have as good thematics as Vampire Survivors, is how I'll put it. I feel like the theme of Vampire Survivors is extremely well executed. The technical issues with, bit rate at the 30-minute mark and all that sort of stuff, that is an issue. I do think optimization is something Vampire Survivors is incredibly poor at, but that's something Army of Ruin doesn't have that problem. It doesn't have that performance issue. So let's just here's a good one to show off a nice skill, something nice. Yeah. Leaving paintbrush is great. So each character does have special bonuses. So they have like every 5 levels they get more area of attack or movement speed or all that sort of stuff. So you do have the bonuses of each character, but thematically there's only a couple different characters, and then there's just different colored versions of them. So it doesn't have the distinctness of Vampire Survivors with their different characters, or the thematic world and tension that Hall of Torment has. So it doesn't quite match those in that respect, but it does have all the features. So it is feature complete. It is on PlayStation, and Vampire Survivors probably will never be on PlayStation. Halls of Torment, maybe not. Now this is on the hardest difficulty here, so this is not an easy challenge. And there are a number of settings, so I have turned down the transparency. So one of the things you can do, so you can pause it at all times. It shows you your damage numbers, your elemental overload. You do have language of enemy hurt color, so it can be white, which I think is quite distracting to the eye, so I prefer red, but I could just turn it off really. Attract transparency, I got that on high. So this is making it easier to see my character versus seeing my abilities. So I do think it's better to be on high, but early on you can just have automatic. And as on automatic, as something gets bigger, the radius gets bigger, the area of attack gets bigger. It's less visually popping in your eye, so it sort of just saves you a bit of pain. Everything else you can turn down, all that sort of stuff. You can, I've turned the damage numbers off because I find them distracting. At this point, we do have performance mode and quality mode. We have live bloom with screen effects, and then we got basic vibration. And there's not a lot of, your controller doesn't do a whole lot because it's auto attacking. So, yep. And we've got all audio stuff there, and we do have a how to play. So we do have a guide on how to go through each thing. So let's just run around a little bit more. It is a really good game. So I'm about 40 hours in, and I've got all the weapon evolutions and all the characters. Trinkets, I've still got a few to get, but oh, I'm gonna smoke. Let's grab some stuff. But again, I will say turbo mode is the way to go. I felt early on, it has a slow start. I feel like Vampire Survivors has a much better beginning. But I do think the quality of the 3D graphics of Harmony Ruin is better. And the difference in performance is massive. So I think that's where the real advantage is. So we're going to survive here, so we're going to go back. Yeah, we're not going to make it. So my character's quite well developed, as in I've got a bunch of bonuses to damage and experience and health and all that sort of stuff, and health regeneration. But even then, you do need to be very, very, very strong. You know, 40 to 50 hours to be able to dominate the hardest difficulty, because it's... Yep, I'm dead. But I picked up that trinket earlier. I just need to get it. One more kills. So, upgrade paintbrush. Got that one. Got some food. One of the things that I was surprised by was that it was quite hard to cheese the money gaining. So, as in, you couldn't just gain a whole bunch of money. Yeah, we did. You just gain a whole bunch of money and upgrade everything easily. It does take hard work. So it isn't, there's no flaws to really exploit. Let's try again, just for the sake of it. But I do think it's a really good game. And it's cheap. And on console. And console doesn't have a whole lot. It's only got Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde, Wisp-like Survivors, and an older game as well. So there's really not much competition on PlayStation in the Survivors-like genre. We need to get as many weapons as we can, because we're just going to cactus all of us. Let's get some more caltrops. So one of the things you can focus on is trying to get more knockback, just to survive. Oh, the letters are so good. I think we've got to go. Let's do this Basilisk Claw. This is a new trinket I unlocked. Some of the trinkets do have attacking abilities. Some of them are passive bonuses, but there's others like Freezing Mirror that freezes every enemy on screen. There are bosses, as you can see there, but they don't have, the end of stage bosses do have mechanics, but the rest of them still just run at you. There are ranged enemies in one of the stages, the Forge. Turrets pop up and they do shoot at you, and then in the shrine there's these cats that throw like a wall at you, so they're not very nice. So there are ranged enemies, but they're very sparse. So it's not like Halls of Torment with the mages, where you just sort of... And it doesn't have the flow, I suppose, of Vampire Survivors or Halls of Torment, where you do walk around in a circular pattern, and you can dodge lots of enemies. Here you just want to overpower them as much as you can, and they will leave gaps. Small gaps, but most of the time, you just got to overpower them. So that's where the challenge is. Early on, it can be quite challenging. So if we grab the Hitman's goggles, now we have a controllable one that I can control with the right stick. Some abilities you can choose where they aim, as always, and there's a lot of similar abilities that you would have seen before in Vampire Survivors. And there's a couple new ones as well. So, and evolution's changing the way that they look and all that sort of stuff. So we can get iced here. Got a mixture of elements, so we can upgrade everything. Damage. So there are invincible enemies as well. So like the white ring around them. And there's others that have like a gold shield you've got to break. There's not many of them, and they're not too bad. So if you just have some knockback, you can get past them, you can just run away. There are traps on the stages, and some of the modifiers do add certain attacks just randomly coming across the screen. You have to dodge. Let's grab that. I always like to get the boost to how much money you earn, because I always feel like I need more money. So what we need now is wind, trinkets. So hopefully I can get the experience one. But yeah, if you like the look of the game, definitely recommend checking it out. Can I get a grass? Ooh. I do have rerolls. Rerolls are really valuable. So as soon as you unlock those, that helps a lot. So let's do that one. There are some trinkets that I think are pretty average, and there's a couple that are really good. Just bonus experience and then bonus projectiles. That's great. Depending on which weapons you use. So like bonus projectiles is useless with the Medusa Eye, which is again the upgraded version of the thing I've got there. So you get the pickup range, that's great. I suppose one of the other complaints I'd have is that you don't know what trinket you're going to get or what weapon you're going to get, so you can't target them in early game and go, I'm going to do this challenge to get this weapon. So unless you look it up. So it's kind of a, oh, you may get some good weapons and then later on you get much better ones and you're like, oh, I wish I had that one earlier. But then it sort of adds the mystery to the game, which is probably a positive. It's about balance. But yeah, it still is, you know, visual clutter, color mixing. I've just got to keep an eye on my little green self. I wish I did stand out a little more at times, but I do, even with transparency maximum, I do feel like I could use like a circle around me constantly. You do have a health bar on your character, so you can see it, so you don't have to worry about diverting your eyes away. It has learned a lot of the lessons of the competition, and I think that's a really positive thing. And it's a fully featured game, so I should pick that up. I should say definitely. Yeah, so just keep running around for a bit. Yeah, turbo mode's definitely the way to go. It's just that it does start slow, and you feel like you just need so much money, and you're just trying to grind for cash, so you can get some upgrades, damage, and speed is actually really underrated. I don't upgrade speed much. I think it actually will help me a lot more. Okay, now I'm in trouble. Let's go get some health. The enemies with the yellow circle around them, they've got either money or health, so it's important to target them. Alright, that's a shield, which is protection. There are various, you know, magnets and money magnets, piggy bank, and all that sort of stuff. The usual stuff you'd expect. Let's get that. Okay, now, I don't think I have... I do have. Awesome. So we have weapon evolution. So now we've got the caltrops upgraded. Oh gosh, I'm not sure. So every now and then different wave enemies will spawn. These ones are really strong, they've got a lot of health. So you can get cornered by certain big groupings that they expect you to sort of run away from, find a way to make an opening. But if you can kill them, you get lots of XP, so it's worth just taking them down. Oh god, I'm in trouble. More damage. If we're on full health, we're not full health, so we're dying. Okay, we don't have any extra lives, so I cannot afford to die, but I've got good health regen, so if I can just stand around. A couple of watermelons. So it is quite busy, as you'd expect, if the survivors like, and I do feel like the levels. It's quite visually distracting. Yeah, if you enjoy survivors-like games, you can't go wrong with Army of Ruin. I think I'll end this video, to be honest. Let's see if I don't die. Let's be top. Alright, that'll do it. Yeah, it's been Frosty by 10. If you check out the game and you enjoy it, leave a comment. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. Army of Ruin, PlayStation 5. Oh, another upgrade. Yeah, some letters that turn into love letters. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. See ya.